Whoa. I don't even know if this thing's working. Don't even know. I know Shannon's in here poking around. Not 100% sure. I got one eye not working. I got one eye that I can see, but I can only see out of this eye if I wear the glasses. So this could be an interesting moment. So Dar's in. Dar's not in the house with us, so she's off. She's off running the wild streets of Napanee. She's decided to go out and party it up, turn it on, turn it out. I'm wearing the reverse hat, trying to pull off a fake truck in here tonight. Don't think that's going to happen, but trucking with MC. Hey, how the hell are you, brother? Good to see you. Glad you're out and trucking. Actually, I don't know. Are you out trucking? I am so far behind, guys. Truly, I am so far behind on what everybody's doing. I've been fortunate enough to maybe pop in on a couple of people's lives here and there, but as for watching people's videos, I'm just so far behind. So please don't be insulted if I ask you something and it's like, oh, well, Bri, I explained that 3 videos again like last week. Sorry, guys. I'm like I said, I'm so far behind. Houdini, how you feeling? Well, you know what? I think I don't want to. I'm going to knock on some wood here. I don't want to jinx myself. I really don't. I think I'm hoping I'm in the home stretch here. This is the eye that was done down in Ohio, and right now I have full vision out of it. Right, I have full vision out of it. Like I could go out and walk. I can in the car today. I can see. I can read street signs. I've just got a little bit of a residual bubble, like the air bubbles that they put in there, or the gas bubbles that they put in there, and it's almost gone. It's just sitting down here right now, so it's not really impeding my judgment or my sight. But this eye here, this one here, they did another full surgery on it last Thursday, so I have no sight out of it. I have a little bit of like a little bit of clarity. Like I guess if I'm looking like up on an angle like this, if I hold my head straight and I look up, I got a little bit of clarity there. So this eye is a write-off, but this eye is I would say we're about 85% there. So I'm thrilled with that. I'm really good. I'm really happy with that. Now the problem I've got is these are my old reading glasses. So this prescription is actually really no good, but it will work for me to just kind of fake my way through the comments here. So that's kind of seems to be kind of what I'm gonna be doing here. Dar says I need a beard trim. No, I do not. She's I saw Freeway in here, so I know there's another fellow beard wearer. I know that he's got his going back in. I do not need a shave. I did give myself a little bit of a trim today, as you can tell, right? She's looking, at least it's looking, no, it's not like a bah like this. But it's looking all right. So yeah, beard looks good. Oh, Shannon, what's up, girly girl? I keep doing this. Oh, Shannon, fuck, I gotta call you back. Oh, Shannon, damn, I gotta call you back. I'll get there. You know what? I'll be honest. I haven't been in the greatest. And you can ask Dar. I really haven't been in the greatest of moods lately. And I've had enough. You know, I've just had enough. I'll be honest with you. I've had enough of this. You know, I've got. You know, I got to go back. I want to go back to work. I've been in this house almost literally, with the exception of I was in the house for a month. I went back to work for 5 days, and then had in Ohio had the eye, and since then I've been now another 2 months. So yeah, like I've had enough. Like I'm going squirrely. I'm getting antsy. I'm getting a little fucking pissy. You know, I have had enough. I want to go back to work. Unfortunately, I can't with the way it is right now. But I mean, it's got to be getting this. It's got to be getting there soon. I know I've said it 4 times here already, but I've just had enough. I'm done. Time to go to work. Time to get out of the house. You know, fuck. I wish it would snow. I'd go shovel somebody's driveway or something. For Christ's sake, I don't need a trim. I do not. Houdini says I'm looking like Santa. Freight Shaker's in the house. How you doing, Freight Shaker? How's things, brother? Oser's walking around. The reverse hat is a boss move. I've got mine on backward. Red Hawks hat I was on now. This is one of Red Hawks as well. Actually, this is TJ's Bull of the Woods. But as far as I know, it was made. It was done and designed or put together by Red Hawk. So his hats do get around. His hats do get around. There's the big man himself. There's Sterling. Been watching him for the last 2 hours on 2 different lives. Although I'll be honest with you and tell you, I wasn't able to stay in there the whole, like when you were playing your guitar in the backyard. Somebody got me on a Netflix series called what the hell is it? Blacklist with James Spader. If nobody's seen this, go watch this. Okay, I have been binge watching this now for 3 days. I'm on season 4. I think there's 21 episodes a season, and I'm already on season 4, episode 8 or 9 right now. So I've just been absolutely killing this series. It is that good. So I was watching that and seeing what Sterling was doing. I checked, I had my phone on beside me here, so I had it on and I was watching. But I was kind of what I was doing. But you know how it is. That's a good thing. Hopefully you get healed, fully healed. Well, it's going to be, Houdini, it's going to be when all the bubbles are gone, like this one's almost gone, when this bubble's gone, the vision I'm left with is that's what I got. And that's what they told. And they were honest with me, and they told me that right up front. When the bubbles are gone, when everything's healed, what you've got is what you've got. But it looks right now like if I cover this eye or close this eye, the vision I have out of this eye is really good. I mean, I wouldn't have to wear glasses. And when I was in for my last, I was going to say my last inspection, but when I was in for my last checkup, they did a little bit of an eye test, and this one here was 20/20. Like I could pick off, I could read the eye charts, no problem. So hopefully this one comes up as well. So plays on the freeway. He's alive. Yeah, man, I'm alive. I'm just holding it together. I'll be honest with you. I'm just holding it together, just barely holding it together. So it's going to be a long, long run. And when it's time to go back to work, it will be time to go back to work. What's going on, T21? Dude, how the hell are you? I see you all over the place. I say hi to you, and I know, but I haven't had a chance to talk to you lately. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm making you... MC, I don't mean to make your eyes hurt. I'm not trying to make your eyes hurt. Well, it's a good thing I didn't take a kick to the nuts. I'd be sitting here telling you. Then you'd have really something to bitch about. But we're getting through this. We're getting through this. It's going to be all right. It really is. Thoughts and prayers for speedy and thorough recovery. Thanks, Hoser. I appreciate that, man. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's one day at a time. It's a slow process. They told me up front, that you're going to be off, months, not, you're going to be back to work next Thursday. So it's just one of those, that I knew up front. It was just a matter. I just didn't think it was going to be like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm going nuts. I'm going crazy here. Sterling, you did this the other day too. Whose live were you in, Sterling? Telling everybody to go Caps. That's actually pretty goddamn funny. Thanks for your $4.20. I think that comes out to about $6.35 or $5.35 Canadian. Hey, I'll take a $4.20. I'll take the $4.20. You guys go do the $4.20 on your own. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. Humberto, the trucking guy, my boy. How are you, man? Good to see you. So I understand you were talking to Dar. Was that yesterday? Talking to Dar yesterday. Things seem to be going really well for you. Glad to hear it. Craig Hall, good to see you, Wheel Burner and Wheel Burners. How you doing, Craig? I don't know how long we're going to be on here. I just, I just figured I had nothing to do. I am that going crazy. And whether I can read comments or not, or whether I can function or not, it's just like Dar's not home. She's across town doing some pet sitting. There's not a whole lot I could really do. The kids are out at the bar doing karaoke. It's just me, 2 dogs, 4 cats, and you. So I'm like, okay, well, I was watching Sterling. It's like, yeah, all right, let's give this a shot. We'll see how this goes. So far so good. So far so good. If I get 5 people in here to watch and talk to, if I get looks like we get about 24 in here to talk to. Do me a favor though, I appreciate it if y'all just give that like button a hit on your way in or your way out. I would appreciate that. It's okay. Just wanted to check in on you, Shannon. I appreciate that, love. I really do. I got your message, and you were saying you were just checking up on me. I appreciate that. Um, I'm. How do I say this? I get in moods, and it'll go for like a couple of days where it's just like I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to sit in my room, watch my TV, snack on my snacks, go for a walk, pet my dog, play with my cat, and just you know because I don't want to sit and talk to anybody, and it's almost like you don't want to burden anybody else by oh man, I'm sitting there, I've told this story 7,000 fucking times, so 7,000 times, and you know nobody wants to hear it again. Now, but that's not how a friend works, and I understand that. When I call somebody who's having a hard time or who's like, I don't mind. I sit and talk to them and shoot the shit. If they want to tell me whatever they want to tell me, I get it. They're and people are like that with me as well. But I don't know. I've just been in a funky mood, and I've just been kind of I've been off. I've been off. Well, I'm already off, if you know what I mean. Hi, Shannon. Oh, Humberto saying hi to Shannon. Bob McBoob. Bob McBob. Sorry, I wanted to. I can read that. It's Bob McBob. Wilburn Top Man. How you doing? Well, yeah, we're killing it. I wasn't doing anything special. Well, you were smoking some fish, dude. Were you smoking? You hooking up smoking fish and watching me at the same time? What I want to know when you're smoking fish is how do you keep it lit, and which end do you smoke from? Right? Do you smoke from the head or the tail? I don't know. I don't know. Shit. How was I not the subscriber? You're not a subscriber of my channel? Oh, good Lord, man. I'm tired of that YouTube. You know what? I go through those as well. I guess for also as well lately, since I haven't been able to really watch TV and I can't look at I watched a lot of YouTube and listened to a lot of podcasts, but even that's old. So now it's just a matter of, as soon as my vision's coming back, I'm watching more and more. So it's kind of like that. Jake Williams. Hey, Wheel Burner. Hey, Dar. How you doing, Jake? Sorry, I'm trying to look at your avatar. You need to blow that up. Thank God for duct tape. Uh-oh. You need duct tape, or you think I need duct tape? I know I could probably need duct tape, but you don't want to know what I would do with it. But show was not the subscriber, but I can message. I guess what only YouTube problem, but I did anyway. Okay. Holy crap! Look who's back. Nice to see you, Brian. I was wondering how you were doing. Been looking for your feed, Scott. There's been no sense in me doing anything. I've just been sitting on my ass, and I'm just getting my site back. I could almost say that I'm actually kind of just like testing it here, right? That what I'm doing here tonight is just testing to see what I've. That is the end result of what happens when you leave it. See the little kitty? He decided to climb into the closet. Hey, Dar. That's your cat, honey. Look at him. That's Dar's cat. I'm off. Dar's cat's responsible for that one. So anyway, what I was saying, what the hell was I saying? Oh, yeah, right now I'm just basically feeling this out. Let's see where I'm at. I'm not going to be doing any videos anytime soon. I'm still at least another 3 weeks before I'm back to work, before I get back into a truck and drive. So, but at least I'm getting some eyesight here. So all this is just a bit of a test. I thought I'd pop in here. There's 30 of you here. I'm amazed. I am amazed that there's even 30 of you here. I'm doing this more for my own entertainment because I'm just bored to death. Really. I'm not yelling. I just want you to be able to read. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. Didn't Kenny Rogers have a song about his lady walking out the door? Yeah, I think it was Ruby. Ruby, don't take your love to town. She's leaving now because I just heard the slamming. Oh, yep, that's the one there. Yep. Now, I don't think Dar is on the other. It's funny, though. Dar is on the other side of town at somebody else's house. Hey, man, I gotta check this. I better check this shit out. Nah, I know where she's at. I know where she's at, what she's doing, and who she's doing it with. I paid her. Anyway, what do you think? Are we going World War III? Paul, I don't think we're going to World War III. I'd be honest with you. I think our politicians are too stupid to fucking organize it. Glad to see you from North Carolina, Mr. and Mrs. Bees. Man, I am so glad for you guys down there. I really am. I get an email every single day from Mr. Bees. If not every day, usually every day. And if he misses a day, it's the following day. And all it is, hey, brother, how the hell are you? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're safe. And it's every single day, just checking in, see how we're doing. And man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that more than you guys know. Because, obviously there's some days where you're just feeling like a bag of shit. You don't want, and then you get an email, you open it up and it's like, oh, fuck, that's nice. So Mr. Bees and Mrs. Bees, I appreciate everything that you do. Thank you very much. TJ, Bull of the Woods, what's going on, my man? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. Hold on a second here. What are you into? Now there's freaking two of you. Come here. This is my little kitten. You can see he's obviously grown. This is Diesel. You guys got to get out. Get out. Come on. Scram. All right. They're back there making a mess of everything. And I'm not cleaning that up. I'll be damned. Humberto saying hi to Mr. Bees. I'm out of the loop. What happened to your eyes exactly? I had retinal separation in both eyes. This one went, and then I think 7 days or 8 days later, the right eye went, or the left eye went. I had cataract surgery several months ago, and yeah, so I didn't have just, and with this one here, I was fortunate. This one here, the right eye, was a complete retinal separation. This one here was a complete retinal separation, but there was also a tear. As it was separating, it was tearing, and then it tore and came off in pieces. And when they put it back together, they had to put it back in, put it in place, put laser it to kind of patch it, and then put the bubbles in to hold it in place. So we got some funky eyes going on there, Steve. And that's the short version. Since the very first surgery, we've now had 8. I say we like it's like all of us, but I've had 8 surgeries, and I'm done. Like I'm fucking done. I've had enough. They're not doing another goddamn thing to my eyes, because I refuse. Because I've just had 8 surgeries in the last 3 months. I'm just finished with this. Yeah, there, Dar answered it for you as well. Sheesh, I'm really glad they treated it as well as they seem to. The eye from Ohio that I had done in the States, I've had absolutely 0 issues with. 0. They've not had to do anything to it. The left eye that I've had done up here, I've had to have 6 more surgeries, 6 complete surgeries done on this one eye. Let me tell you. Like I said, I've had enough. So Dar, so you walking the dogs or the cats? I think she's pet sitting. I don't know what she's got over there. Go truck yourself. Good to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you too. Thanks for stopping in, man. I really do appreciate that. Like I said, I'm just throwing this out here tonight just to say hi. shoot the shit. I didn't think I'd get anybody out tonight. My channel has not gone live in forever. I've not done anything and probably put anything up in over a month. So I haven't even really, I'll be honest with you, I haven't even really looked at my own channel. I looked at the channel, I don't know, about a week ago, and I looked at Dar and I said, holy fuck, we've lost like 20 something subscribers in the last, I don't know what month, 20 subscribers. And that's what happens when you just sit around, channel sits around inactive and not doing anything. So I lost 20 subscribers. So I'm going to have to start throwing out some money again. Have to start throwing out some bribe money. Wheel Burner has OnlyFans. No, I don't have an OnlyFans. Dude, nobody's paying to look at this thing here, do anything raunchy, nasty, or dirty. Not a chance in hell. I don't care what your fetish is. It ain't happening. That is a whole mittful of mouth to say. Man, I guess it's only a YouTube problem because you have the thing, only subscribers comment, and I was commenting and you reading, so all was good. But I did subscribe again. Why way and unsubscribe and sub. Okay, so that's what you had to do. You had to unsubscribe and then resubscribe. Dar is not home. Fire up a cigar. Dude, I'm out. I am out. And because I can't drive, all the cars are unavailable. Right. So when I'm home alone during the day, I can't even jump in the car and go get one. Right. So I'm fucking. You think if I had the whole house to myself and I had cigars, I wouldn't be doing this from out in the garage. Come on, Craig. I'd have one in each hand. I'd be fucking double fucking fisting these things, man. No, I am. This is one of the few times that my humidor is empty. And that's funny because my humidor is usually really well stocked. And right now there's nothing. So unless, Craig, you happen to be driving by right now, you're driving by right now and you got a couple of sticks, you're welcome to come in and smoke them, man. Man, you breaking stuff. Well, I don't know what it was. The good thing is none of it was mine. None of it was mine. Why the fuck did you leave that open? I didn't leave it. I didn't go in there. I didn't leave it open. What the fuck? Thought you had a ghost for a second. Well, you never know. You never know. Brian, hope you and Dar are good. Thank you, my thank you, my YouTube friend, Mr. Misunderstood, man. Thanks. I understand that you threw some money at us back about a while back. Appreciate that. I think I got off a thank you to you. And if I didn't, there was a few people that through Shannon that threw a couple bucks at us because we'd obviously my truck wheels ain't turning and I think we're at what 12, 13, almost 14 weeks that we haven't worked. So we appreciate that, and I think you were one of the ones that threw some cash, and I just let you know I appreciate that, man. Wheel burner is a phase quick scooper. I don't have a clue what the hell that means, Bob. Don't have a clue. Hey, Dar, what are you doing in another house? Haha. Yeah. Well, trust me, Humberto, she's getting paid, dude. She's getting paid. She's making more money than I am, for fuck's sake. That's for sure. I'm still sick, Shannon. Work told me not to come in tomorrow. Yeah, well, she's sick. Bees, how are you, my man? Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Bees are always walking around, and they're always welcome. Next time I am in South Carolina or North Carolina, I will be making a stop going through there. You got it. There it is. There it is right there. Ruby, don't take your love to town, son. Leave your guns at home. You got it, Scott. Now, what are you saying? I look old like Kenny Rogers does? Mind you, he's had, 14 plastic surgeries? His face looks like it's been pulled back. His ears are probably touching behind his head. He's had so much goddamn plastic surgery. I think you sent some sickness to me. Oh, I don't want it. If she's handing it out, she can keep it. I want no part of that. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you are cleaning it, or they are going to rip all the toys out. Too late. Humberto. Hold on. Where are we here? Come on. Okay, brother. I need to go finish laundry. I need to get some sleep. Keep in touch. Good idea for you. I need to talk. Oh, and whenever somebody has a good idea for me, it usually involves jail time and he'll hold my beer moments. Must have been some bloody strong moonshine to send you blind. Well, it's either moon. You know what they say? It's either bad moonshine or too much. One way or the other, man. You're going blind, Tom. What can you do, right? Good night, Humberto. Thanks for popping in, my friend. Better a retinal tear than an anal tear. Yeah, Bob, I guess, eh? Why don't you tell us what the anal tear feels like, Bob? I don't know, but I'll, maybe you do. I'm just fucking with you. Brandon, sorry to hear about your eyes. I bet you didn't see that coming. No. What? Oh, like I haven't heard all the fucking jokes. I bet you didn't see that coming. And you know what? You know what, Brandon? You know what? I was coming across 70 just west of Columbus when it happened. I was on the 70. I was on the 70, doing 70 when this eye went bang the retina when it happened. Never saw it. No warning. No nothing. It was exciting, might I say? Exciting. Barry, what the hell is going on? Good night, Humberto. Keep it safe, sir. I'll be listening. Well, that's good. You can always listen. Buster Hyman. That's a nice one. That is a nice one. Hey, Wilburn Express. Good to see you. Love again, mate. Buster Hyman. Got to tell you. Of course, Dar jumps all over Buster Hyman. Oh man, that's awesome. You ain't getting rid of us that easy. Well, Freeway, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm not exactly 100. I'm not 100% sure of when I get back to work of what, if anything, I'm really going to do. You can't run a YouTube channel on just doing lives. I know some guys do, but I don't think I could. So I'm not exactly 100% sure of what I think I'm going to do here. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I want to get into go do vlogging, or if I think I might just do. I don't know. I've had a lot of time off, so I got a lot of spinning around, a lot of ideas spinning around. So I've got 100,000 things that I've come up with of ideas, and a lot of it is just from watching other people, watching what's working with other people, and what's going on with this area of YouTube or this area of Rumble or this area of Spotify, and what you can do with certain platforms and what you're allowed to do and what levels and what you can. I don't know. I've got a whole bunch of shit now. It's just a matter now of just doing it, right? Or of finding the one I want to do and doing it. So looks like you need to get him cigars for Christmas. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be happy to take cigars for Christmas. My birthday is a week before Christmas, so if you want, you feel you don't want to get Christmas presents, I'll take a birthday present. I'm not. I will shamelessly say, you did go in there to get the cam. Yes, I did. So I guess I did leave those open, but I'm still not cleaning it. You see how tough I am when she's across town, and every single guy in here, every one of you knows that you're exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. You know goddamn well that my wife is 30 miles the other side of town right now, so I can talk all the tough shit I want to. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. Fuck this, fuck that. No fucking way. If she was sitting here right now, you'd be looking at a blank screen or you'd be looking at my ass bent over picking all that shit up. And you guys know it. And every single one of you is exactly the same. Every single one. You cannot bullshit me. I missed the pirate patch. Well, I could realize I don't need the pirate patch because I can take light on the eyes. So it's okay. I'm not worried about that. But when you have both eyes open, it throws off your depth. Like I can't see anything out of this. I can just see light. But I can see out of this one, but it still kind of throws shit off. Fuck those 20 subscribers. They don't know you're back. I wish I lived closer. I'd bring you a cigar. Great to see you. Hey, Scott. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And anybody that knows where I live, you want to come by, come on by. I'm not putting my address up there, but if you know where I live, come on by. I'll be happy to sit down and smoke a cigar with you, whether you bring it or not. If I've got one, bring it. I'll sit and smoke them with you. So that's kind of where we're at. Look at that. I'm actually ahead. I'm ahead. I've caught all the comments. This is a first. And like Curtis is nowhere in sight, right? Usually it's Curtis making fun of me. No Curtis right now. Curtis is nowhere in sight. No shit, eh? So I don't know. I'm itchy to go back to work. I had Jeremy start the truck up the other day. The truck hasn't. It's been sitting in the same spot. So I've had Jeremy. He's got a set of keys for it, so he's been up there starting it for me every once in a while, just to, to keep it going, just to keep everything lubed and running and like that. So the truck's ready to go. Everything's ready to go. I just got to go back to work. Any ice road in this? Any ice road? You know what? There is ice roading. I'll be honest, truck yourself. There is ice roading this year. I don't know if I'm going to go. And I'll be honest with you. I went up last year and I took my truck, and I was lucky, for the amount of abuse that I put that truck through, right? It's a 2020 Cascadia. And for the amount of abuse, when I got back, and I'm surprised because when I got back, it needed a 3-axle alignment. It needed a couple of new shocks. And that was it, I think. Like, I didn't damage anything. I didn't break anything. I didn't snap anything. But I got lucky because I got back with my truck with minimal damage. Jeremy got back with his truck with minimal damage. He was pretty much the same thing. He had to do a couple of bunk shocks, an airbag, a couple of front shocks, a couple of back shocks, and an alignment as well with his truck. And he's got a 15 Volvo, so he got lucky as well. But the majority of the guys that were up there, all the company trucks, and these are guys with double framed. The company has heavy spec Peterbilts, right? So I think they're double framed. They got 46,000 pound rears. They got 14.6 steers. So they're all heavy spec, and most of them sustain damage. Now, I don't know if it's because company drivers were just driving the shit out of them and they don't give a crap because it's not their equipment. They just don't care. Or if it's, I don't know. But I didn't put any damage on my truck, and Jeremy didn't put any damage on his truck. But I don't know if I want to put that. I don't know if I want to take that chance again. I don't know if I want to push my luck again and do that again. If an arrangement could be made, If an arrangement could be made to maybe drive a company truck for some of that, I might go do it again. But I don't know. I don't think I want to take the chance of damaging my truck, especially now. It's a 2020. I need to get another year out of it, and then I'm done with it. So I don't want to be having to be dropping any big money into it. I don't want to be replacing, transmissions, suspensions, anything like that. So I don't think I'm going to take my truck up. If there's an opportunity that I can get up there and do it with, say, a company ride, absolutely go truck yourself. I love the ice road. I did it last year. It was my first time doing it. And it's one of those things that once you've done it, you want to do it again. Um, and it pays well, right? It pays well. So I would like to do it. But that's all I can say is I'm not doing it with my truck. You know what? I will take Shannon Thomas's truck. She's got a beat the shit old International. I think it's gold. But I'll take her beat up old crappy International. I'll take that up there. No problem. No problem. Be happy to run that piece of crap across the ice, up and down those roads. I'm eating a steak for you right now, Shannon. You are so mean. Now, just so you know, because you're not the only one that's made that comment. I'm gonna go have this. Jeremy Griggs was making fun of me. Like, he doesn't like me, but he's a dick anyway, so I don't care. But he was on somebody else's channel, and the first thing they make fun of him is goes, "Oh, look at that! You go. I'm gonna go eat a steak, and I can't. Whatever. I can eat steak. You just chop it up. You just cut your pieces smaller. You put it in your mouth. And you fucking eat it. So I can eat a steak. But I appreciate you eating it for me right now, Shannon. Thank you. Thank you. That was very kind of you. My daughter got married on Saturday, so we had to go out and eat at a nicer restaurant, and it was kind of nice. So it was kind of nice to get out of the house, and unfortunately, I did not eat a steak though. I did not eat a steak, but I can if I have to. I can eat steak, pork chops, anything like that. You just cut it small, like baby bites, right? Baby bites. So I think she's just pissy because I told her I was going to take her beat to shit old International and go run the ice road with it. Shannon gonna beat you. Yeah. She could right now, Barry. She could probably do it. She could probably do it. No problem there. Is it slippery driving ice road constantly, or is it just in certain areas? No, believe it or not, it gets obviously on the ice, like when you're crossing a lake. It gets a little slick, especially if you get a couple of the cracks, because it's always the lakes are always going to crack. You're always going to get the odd crack here and there, and when you get a crack, it's perfectly normal. You'll get water coming up, and when you've got any kind of water coating the top of a lake that's frozen, and once you're driving on it, it gets real slickery. Like, that is slippery. Now, mind you, you're only doing 9 miles an hour on that. A lot of it, I'll be honest with you, a lot of it depends on how much sun you get. The more sunshine you get and the warmer the temperature, the more slippery the road is. If you get like 5 or 6, 7, 8 days of good solid overcast and maybe some snowfall, you get grip. Okay, you do. The road, the traction on the road your tires will be able to bite into the snow and the ice, believe it or not. But as soon as the snow or the sun hits it, or the temperature warms up and that top layer gets soft and turns like gets a little liquidy or anything like that, it gets slippery. So it depends on where you are. And what you're doing, how much weight you've got, and a lot of it depends, Scott, on the weather. Like you said, you get 5 or 6 days of good overcast, you've got good driving roads. If you can get and you want the weather to be minus 20, like I'm in Celsius, so I don't know if this is in Fahrenheit, okay, guys. So you want a good minus 20 for an extended period of time. So minus 20 degrees for 5, 8, 10 days. Good ice driving roads, good ice road driving. As soon as you get up around freezing or above freezing, you get a couple of days of, you can still drive on it, but you're going to be ass fish tailing all over the goddamn place. You can have your trailer coming around you, because I don't know if any of you have watched that show, Ice Road Truckers or whatever. It's nothing like that. But there are a couple of things that I can point out, that there are a couple of times where you're coming around a bend. You're going through sort of like chicanes and this and that, and you're up and down hills, but you're going around bends. And if you get a real slick spot, it's not uncommon that, The truck is like this, and the trailer is like that, and you're watching the ass end of your trailer, slowly creep around you on your out of your passenger side mirror. It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon. Now, mind you, again, you're not doing 45, 50 miles an hour. You're doing 20, 25 mile an hour on the good roads, and then on the bad roads, you're down to some places you're down to a crawl. You're down to an absolute crawl. And then there is a couple of spots where, you're on an incline of 9, 10 degrees on an ice road. So now you're stopping, you're throwing your chains, and you're going up there. Well, nothing you can do. You got to throw your chains. If you've had good, cold weather, the chains will bite real good. You'll get up the hill. If you haven't, even with chains on, man, you are, unfortunately, you're going to spin your fishtail, and it's you know what? It is a whole new experience, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It will test your driving ability. It will push you to the limit of how good you think you truly are. It really will. I say anybody who ever gets a chance to do it, go do it. Go do it. I did it, and I was pushed to the limits of my driving ability and my experience. I've been doing this a long fucking time, man. Not on ice roads, but I've been trucking a long time, so I've seen a lot of things. That is a whole new animal, and scary. There was a couple of times where it was scary as hell, and there was afterwards. You're on the radio with the guy in front of you, and you're looking at each other. Well, if you're good, you're on the radio. You're going, "Holy fuck! Did that really just happen?" And then you're laughing about it for the next 10 miles, right? But yeah, it's pretty spooky. It's pretty spooky. There was some pretty scary shit, but it was well worth it. I will do it again tomorrow. Absolutely tomorrow. T21 and Dar flirting. Any tips or advice for anyone getting a CDL? Jared, depends on where you live, where you go, where you want to work, what you want to do. I can tell anybody, any advice for getting your CDL, get it from a reputable school. For God's sakes, don't fuck around and get it from Richard's Duck Dollywell Truck Driving School out of Brampton or Mississauga. Get it from a reputable school. Make sure it's Ontario government. I don't know where you're from, Jared, but obviously I'm from Ontario, Canada. But make sure it's from a government, an Ontario approved, accredited school. And don't pay for the cheap one. All right. I think you can pay for certain levels or refreshers. Like if you're going to do it, go balls to the wall. And Jarrett, the best piece of advice I can actually give you is don't be a, oh yeah, I know guy. When your trainer or your instructor is teaching you something, even if you know it, shut the fuck up. Don't be, oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I know. Don't. Just listen to it. Take it. Learn. Apply it. And then move on. Don't be the yeah, I know guy. Because that yeah, I know guy is the first guy, and I tell you this, he's always the first guy to fuck things up and to get into an accident, hurt himself, bend his equipment, or hurt somebody else. Right? And he was the guy going, yeah, I know. Well, if you knew, how come you're fucking sideways in the ditch? So take what they're teaching you and keep an open mind. And don't listen to Sterling and smoke fish. I still haven't figured out how he's smoking his fish. Front, back, I don't fucking know. Do they use chains all the time or just on certain hills? No, just on certain hills, truck yourself. I've got winter tires for my truck, right? So I can take the Michelins off. I can put the winter tires on. But no, you cannot run chains on the flats because it'll tear up the road, right? So, it's not uncommon in a day you're putting your chains on upwards 4 or 5 times, depending on where you're going and what location you're going. Because you got to remember the base camp, there's several base camps where we start out of with our loads. And depending on where we're going, you'll start here, but there's a nice road that goes off this way up to here. There's one that goes up here. There's one that goes up here. And every single one is different. And it's going to put you in different situations and everything like that. So if you're on an ice road, and you're doing a lot, there's some areas there are a lot of hills, especially where we were up in northern Ontario, up around Red Lake and Pickle Lake and everything like that. That's all rock. So the ground, there's very few flat spots, like extended stretches. The only extended stretches are actually on the lake itself, but a lot of it is rock. So it's bump, 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 bump like this. So it's not uncommon, like in a span of a 17 or an 18-hour day, you're throwing chains 3, 4, 5 times, because you got to put them on, get up the hill, get down the hill, then you got to take them back off again. Now, when you run at night, occasionally we'll cheat, right? Because once it gets nighttime, the weather will drop -30, -40. We'll leave them on. Or at least I would, and a couple of the other guys, we'd leave them on, and until somebody caught us, right? Because there are guys out there monitoring these roads. But on the lake, you do not run chains. You have to take the chains off to run across a lake. That is a big, 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 big no. You got big kahunas to drive on that ice. I would freak out. Barry, it's one of those things. After you've done it the first time, the rest of them are kind of okay. But the very, very first time, and I recorded it. I actually put a video up of me on my very first time going out. The very first time you go out, so I'm sitting there on the shore. I got the okay. The truck ahead of me was far enough out. I roll out, and you get the odd, you get the odd little crack, a little, nothing serious. But at some point you are going to get it, and I did. It's that first snap, that ice, where it snaps and it echoes through the water and through the lake. It's snap, and you've heard it on the TV when those guys do it. That's pretty realistic what they do there. Now, mind you, they got microphones under the ice, but dude, when you're just idling away at 8 miles an hour crossing a lake, when that thing goes snap, you are sitting 3 inches higher in your seat because you did just shit your pants. Okay, you did. I don't care who you are. You just shit your pants. Scared the shit out of me. Now, every time after that, not bad. Not bad. It's okay, but you do get used to it. But that first time, holy Christ, Barry, I shit myself. Later, got to go. Plays in the freeway. Thanks, man. Keep that beard going. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this this beard thing again next year. We're gonna let it grow for another year. We're gonna shave it off. Maybe get some more money. Ice road. It's like slow-mo skating with a heavy partner, dude. No kidding. No kidding. Now you think about this, right? Think about this, Scott. There were, from one location, there was a couple of lakes. Now, one of those lakes was 22 miles across, right? 22 miles across, and you're at 8 miles an hour. Now, that's only 2.5 hours, but that's 2.5 hours on the ice. I'm telling you, dude, like it can get a little unnerving, especially when, you're driving, and especially at night, right? At night, it's a little harder because, there's no lights, just the headlights from your truck, right? And the tail lights from the guy ahead of you. But the guy ahead of you it's 3/4 of a mile ahead of you. There's 3/4 of a mile between the trucks, right? So all you're looking at is the tail lights of the guy ahead of you, and maybe the headlights of a guy 3/4 of a mile behind you. And all you're listening to for 2.5 hours is the crunching of the snow or whatever of the ice under your tires, and the snap, crackle, and popping. That's it. Me, luckily, I had, most of us have it anyway. We've all got Sirius satellite. So I had music the whole time I was there because there's no AM, FM radio. There's no radio stations, obviously. So I at least had music while I was up there and working. So that wasn't bad. But, both my jackknives happened on ice going 25 miles or nuts. It's scary as hell. Yeah. I'm not even going to say this. But jackknives are jackknives. But I've been fortunate. Let's just say I've been fortunate. Ice road wouldn't bother me. It's the lake crossing that would have my butthole puckering. No, truck yourself. You're right. Once the ice road, once I got onto the ice roads, and once I learned where I was going, that's what it was for me originally. Because you don't know where the hell you're going, right? So once you know, okay, this road here is going to take you to these 4 sites, right? And this road here is going to take you to these 5 different sites. And so once you know your way around, then you're a lot less apprehensive driving on the ice road. It's just that once the first couple of weeks, it's not bad because the road is new, right? They've gone in, they've carved it all out, and then they've got it to where they want it. Then they let it sit and freeze for 4 weeks or whatever, however long they let it freeze, and then they've got a real nice. But as time goes on and the road gets used up, the weather doesn't replace, the snow doesn't get replaced as you're wearing off those ice roads, as you're wearing up the ice roads, and the road turns into, it's just like you're talking ruts and divots and grooves, and it's incredible, like some of the shit you're doing, right? I'm amazed. I am absolutely amazed I didn't twist the frame or twist the differentials out of my truck. Like that was just, I don't know how it didn't happen. I don't know, because my truck at any given time could be like this or like that, or it's incredible. But I will say this: I got to give Freightliner credit. The truck did well, and the automated transmission. Dude, guys, I had less problems with the DT12, right? Automated transmission than some of these other guys were. I had no problems getting that computer got up and down those hills and dropped and grabbed gears when it was supposed to. There was only 2 times that I had to manually override the transmission and slam down to drop gears faster than the computer would. Only twice. So that's not bad. Yeah, Scott, Uck Duck Dallywell. You know what I'm talking, right? Uck Duck Dallywell truck driving school. Everybody's got one. I thought you were driving. Quebec, the good one is Technique, government approved. Yeah. There's a handful of them. There is a handful of them. Jared, one thing I can add is once you get your CDL, don't chase the money. Treat your first year like it's grad school. Just focus on earning to learn for a year or 2. Steve, excellent advice. Excellent advice. Do not chase a dollar. Grab a job and do everything that they ask you to do. And this sounds bad, and it's gonna suck. But if they want you to run, like, okay, like for example, like I grew up in Ontario or around Toronto, so I always did. When I was cutting my teeth, I was doing like downtown Toronto. I was doing downtown Montreal. That's where I cut my teeth on city driving. And if you can do LTL through Toronto, and you can do LTL through Montreal or Ottawa or Detroit, Buffalo, if you can run LTL through those places, then you're going to do well. And if I was you, if you're going to get your CDL, and once you've got it from the school, and you've got your CDL, if you can afford it and it works for you, grab a job doing local deliveries for the first year or so. Dude, if you can run 2 years of running LTL through a major city, so let's just say you live in Atlanta, or let's say you live in Louisville, or you live wherever the fuck you live, Indianapolis. If you can run 2 years running LTL through a major metropolitan city, and you don't kill yourself, bend your equipment, or kill anybody else, then come out on the highway. You will be an excellent highway driver. You don't know how many highway guys go to school, get their CDL, and then go right out onto the highway. And for the first 10 years of their trucking career, they lose their minds every time they got to go into a city. Every time they got to, oh my God, I got to go into Los Angeles. Oh my God, I got to go into downtown New York. I got to go into Chicago. You know what? If you've already done that, you've cut your teeth doing that, you'll make a much better highway driver. You really will. And don't set your expectations too high. If you're going to be a lot of these places run in seniority. Whether I'm not saying that they're going to be unionized, but even if they're not, they're going to, they're going to be, you're going to be low man on the totem pole, so you're going to get the shit work for the first little while. Thanks for the advice. P.S. I'm in the U.S. I won't hold it against you that you're an American. I like you guys. You're okay. Roughly, how deep is the water in the lakes that you're going over in the ice? One of them, the actual Red Lake itself, I think at the deepest point was about 110 feet. 110 feet. But other than that, most of them are, okay, they could be anywhere from, 12 feet to 60 feet. It's enough that if you go in, the truck, the trailer, the load, everything's going to the bottom. And it's deeper. You're not just going to be, standing on the roof of the truck because the truck's sitting, unless you're only 5 feet from shore. But no, it doesn't. Most of the lakes up there are fairly deep. They're deep enough that if the truck goes through, you better have your Spider-Man fucking, water wings on. Can you imagine the early ice roaders went through? Imagine the equipment. Do you have tunes on? Huh? You just said you listened to. Yeah, I got tunes on. Those guys in the early days. There was a couple of old boys up there. One of them was a newfie, and the other guy was a Frenchman, and they've been doing this since Christ was a corporal. And they said what they used to do way back in the day is they'd sing. Now, I guess I would too. If I didn't have a radio station and I didn't have, no, like, again, remember this, okay? 8 miles an hour. At 8 miles an hour, I can let go of that steering wheel for probably a good 15 minutes and not have to touch a goddamn thing, right? As long as your alignment, is in. So, you could probably take an acoustic guitar with you and get at least half a concert in before you got to go around this little bend, because not every lake is straight, right? Some of these lakes, they're boomerang shaped or whatever, however they're shaped. So, but yeah, a lot of them, they take their guitars with them. They'd be singing. It's funny that every morning you wake up, the first couple of guys across the lake, you're driving because there's a certain area. There are markers like pegs with flags on them. Is you have to keep your truck between those two, going one way, and then the oncoming traffic has to stay on the other side between those. And how busy it was the night before, because you just follow the yellow trail. 2 hours on the lake. If you got to go, you got to go. You stand on the front porch and just let it go. But you can tell how busy it was by following the yellow trail. If it's a bright yellow trail, it was a busy night the night before. Yeah, differential would be my first guess, and transition. Well, I thought for sure, Scott. I thought for sure I'd be twisting a diff, and I know a lot of guys that did. Didn't. I don't know. I got to hand it off to it's a well built truck. They did okay with mine. That's all I'm going to say. New drivers should run city as much as possible. I agree. I absolutely agree with you. New drivers should cut their teeth running through the city. If you can, get on with a cartage company, right? Get as many multi drops. Like a lot of the way LTL works in the big cities is you go in the morning, you grab your trailer. It's usually loaded from the night before. You go out in the morning, you do all your deliveries. So if you got 10, 11 deliveries through the city, you do your deliveries. And then in the afternoon, you have your lunch. And then in the afternoon, you do all your pickups, right? So you'll do 8, 6, 7, however many, whatever, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 50, fuck, I don't know. Pickups. And then you come back to the terminal, you back it into the dock, they offload it all. It goes onto the cross dock, it goes onto the appropriate trailers. And then blah, 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 your truck gets loaded again. You go home, your truck gets loaded again that night. Your trailer gets loaded again that night. And then you do it all again the next day. But like I said, if you can manage to not bend any equipment and not hurt yourself or anybody else for a couple of years, it will benefit you. It will definitely benefit you as a truck driver if you can do that. You will be a much better highway driver. You can tell when you pull into a truck stop. You can tell when you pull into a truck stop when you're watching, especially later in the evening when guys are tired. Um, who has had more city experience or shunting experience, or who the guys are that just came right out of school and went and drove on the highway? Because a guy that drove LTL or did a lot of city or was a shunt driver for several years, most of them don't have any problems getting into whatever kind of spot or hole or whatever they need to back into. It's the guys that came out and did the, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna go be a highway driver, and those are the guys that, you know, they're standing there for 45 minutes trying to get into a spot that you could have got it in and had your shower, had your dinner, and already been 20 minutes of sleep before they got their trailer parked. So. Mr. B's, howdy, bro. Just woke up. Look at you, no patch on. Looking good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looking good, feeling all right. Mouth's actually working with the brain today, so I'm doing okay. You like that, Scott? Follow the yellow trail, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow trail, man. People laugh about this, but until you fucking go up there and you see it, one of these days, if you ever get a chance to go on the ice road, and it's not just on these ice roads I was on, it's on any ice road, right? There's always a yellow trail. Guys and girls, whatever. You got to pee, you got to piss, right? You go. Best advice for becoming a truck driver: don't become a truck driver. Well, T-Bone, best advice for becoming a truck driver is don't become an owner-operator. Not right now. Not right now. Right now is not the right time to become an owner-operator. Right now is actually the worst time to become an owner-operator. Again, that's just my advice. Company guys, there are company guys that are doing okay. Company guys are right. My opinion, and from people that I talk to and everything like that, I think right now the company drivers are probably doing better than a lot of the owner-operators are. That's just my opinion again as well. In 2019, when I got out of CDL school, I couldn't get a local job to save my life until I came with 2 years OTR experience first. You know what, Shannon? It's funny how they ask that, eh? It's funny. Oh, we want you to have 2 years of OTR experience. But if they had any brains in their head, they'd actually train. First of all, the school you go to, hopefully you went to a good one or anybody, but they train you really well. And then they'd cut you loose, or they would help you get employment working local, right? That is the best education right there. And then again, that's my opinion, but that's also because I've seen it, right? I've been out there for a lot of years. I've seen the experience of guys that have done it that way, and I've seen the experience of guys that have done it the other way. It usually works out better for if you've got some really good city experience backing you up. New G class should take their test in a loaded DZ class truck. They would not cut you off. Not cut you off. New G class should take a loaded DZ truck. Well, I'll be honest with you, Scott. I would honestly like Ontario to revamp the way they do their licensing. There's a whole lot more. I think the licensing for the truck drivers, whether it be your A or your D, is way too easy. It really truly is way too easy to get a truck driver's license, a license for a commercial vehicle, a CDL. It should be a whole lot harder, considering what the consequences are if that person in that truck fucks up. Right? If that person in that truck fucks up because they weren't trained properly, or they were inexperienced, and they don't have the proper skills to be doing the job, and they fuck up, somebody's going to die, and that's unfortunate. So I think the Ontario government, never mind all of the Canadian, I think all the Canadian provinces and all the U.S. states should all be revamped, and it should be very, very, very difficult. And I know a lot of these are going to go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, that means that so many guys are going to fail that freight will never get moved, and then there will be a backlog. And no, not necessarily. Maybe in the beginning, yes. But if everybody in the world knows that you are going to have to meet this criteria and this standard to get this license, then the schools will fall in line, the training will fall in line, everybody will fall in line to make sure that that happens. Not like it is now. Like I'm not bullshitting any one of you right now. I could get in my car right now and drive down to Brampton or Mississauga, which are around the Toronto area, and I can buy a CDL for $500. Buy it for $500. That's how easy it is. So corrupt in Ontario right now. I could go to Toronto or Ontario or Mississauga or Brampton, and for $500, I could be down there at 9 in the morning, and by the time I was done at 5 o'clock at night, I would have my license would be amended, would say AZ done, $500. Never drove the truck. Never drove the truck, but I got a fucking CDL, and I could do it. That would actually make a really good video. If you could get undercover, go undercover. Make a, you see like Inside Edition and shit like that when they do those. That would be actually pretty good. I don't know. Trucks are cheap right now, so not a bad time to buy one. Yeah, well, you better buy a fucking cheap. You better get it cheap because you're going to be running it cheap. You're going to be running it cheap. You know, your $3.25 load right now is running for $1.60. Go truck yourself. I'm not saying everybody is, but I'm just talking on average. So yeah, you better get that truck. You better get it cheap, or you better have the money up front to pay it off, or you better have a low payment. A guy told me 35 years ago, I'm a broker. Yeah, broker and broker and broker. Yeah, I've heard that, Scott. Yeah, the local jobs for experienced people only. Well, Shannon, that sucks balls. You probably got enough experience now. Why don't you go do well, you don't want to do local now. You're just getting it all hooked up with Jeff, right? You just got everything all hooked up. You got your trucks in order. You got a nice truck, dog. You're on with like trucking. You got Jeff as a business partner and a mentor. God, woman, don't screw that up. Whatever the hell you do, don't screw that up. Are you kidding? Mr. Misunderstood, Mr. T-Bone, nice to see you. Nowadays, I don't want the local jobs. Oh, okay, good. I swear there should be reading tests first. Well, that's the thing. In Ontario, and this happened when I was renewing my license a while back. There was me, because you do it at a computer terminal, right? So I'm at the computer terminal, and then it asks you, what language. So English, because Canada is it's bilingual country. We're English and French, right? So you can take your, all your tests in English or French. All our road signs, everything's in English and French. But okay, now the guy beside me was Hindi. He was taking a CDL test in Hindi. He couldn't read, write, or speak English, but he's getting a truck license. He's getting a CDL, and he's taking it in his language. That's not right. And I said something to the lady when I went back afterwards, because when you hit enter, it spits out a number. You go, and then they call your number. You go back up, and they tell you how you did, blah blah blah, and then they take in whatever, they finish up. And I said to the lady, I said, the guy that was sitting beside me, I said, I couldn't read what was on his screen because obviously the language is different. And she goes, yeah. I said, so I think he was Afghani or Pakistani. She goes, no, I think he was Hindi. I said, yeah. I said, and he was getting his truck license. She goes, yeah. Well, how is he getting a truck license if he can't read street signs? How is he going to be coming down the highway, and he's coming into a construction zone, and there's signs everywhere in English, especially in the US, because there's no French, right? And it's all in English, and there's warnings, beware, lane merges, lane ends, whatever. All the signs are there, and this guy can't read it because he's not required to do it in English in my country. He can take it in any fucking language ever he wants. And I said that, and you know what? All the woman did, and I can't say anything to her. It's not her fault. It's not her fault, right? She didn't make the goddamn rules. Somebody did. It wasn't her. But that's a big problem that I have, that I see with our industry, and luckily for the Americans, you guys don't have. I don't know if you guys have to deal with that. I think down there in every state you have to take your test, your written test, and your driving test. Everything has to be done in English. You have to be able to read, write, and understand English. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Um, I could be wrong, but I think up here, no. If I'm from Afghanistan, I can take the test in whatever language. I don't know what is Afghani. If it's Pakistan, if I'm Pakistani. If I'm from Pakistan, I take it in Pakistani. It's absolutely wrong. It's wrong. It's my opinion. I don't give a fuck. It's my opinion. Yep. See lots of stupid drivers, all classes, bus drivers included. Oh, dude, Scott, we see everything. Come on, as truck drivers. Realistically, we're immune to it now, right? Here's an example, right? Dar and I are going into Kingston, she's taking me into the hospital, taking me to my doctor's appointments, and there's cars doing stupid shit, and truck did this, he merged, didn't move over, he didn't use a signal, and blah 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 blah, right? And all that kind of shit's going on. And Dar's like, God damn it, you see that? Holy fuck, this guy, this didn't. So in the span of a fucking 25-mile drive, 2 or 3 people got on her nerves, right? It's like, oh, and she's always like, did you see that? See it? It's like, we're as truck drivers, we're immune to it. We see so much of it that you're just immune to it. It's like, okay, this guy just cut me off. I had to hit my brakes, back out of it. Like, there's no sense getting mad, losing your shit, coming unglued, screaming, yelling, rolling your window down, flashing your high beams, honking your horn. Why? It doesn't do anything. It's going to happen again in another fucking 10 minutes anyway. Are you going to do it all over again? You're going to die. Your blood pressure is going to go through the roof. You're going to have a heart attack or have a stroke. Right? We're just immune to it. Car accidents. When you see horrendous car accidents, some car on the other, when you're sitting in traffic, and because there's there's an accident in the other lane or on the oncoming lane, but of course everybody's got a fucking rubberneck and take a look from this lane, and you see, one car has been, basically cut in half, a motorcycle's all in shambles, and another car is laying on its roof, and everybody's sitting there going, oh my God. Now, most of the time we're just like, yeah, that don't look good. And carry on. And it sucks that we're desensitized. As most truck drivers, if you've been doing this for more than a couple of years, I would say probably once you get past the 10-year, you're probably pretty desensitized. You've seen a lot of it. But, you get up into the 20, 25, 30 years of doing this, unless a fucking spaceship comes from outer space, lands on the highway, sucks up 30 people and drops an elephant, nothing. I mean, there's really nothing's going to surprise me. The elephant would surprise me, but yeah, getting it now. You need to have a paid for truck and cheap insurance to do good. You are not going to get cheap insurance in Canada. You really aren't. I've been racking my brains out trying to figure out a way to get myself running on a U.S. authority. I've been trying. I just can't. There are certain things that I need to do. Like, I can put my truck on, right? I can put my truck on. Like, I was in talks with Spectre. I would love to run for Spectre. I would love to run for Jeff Like, because I can put my truck on with a U.S. carrier. That's not a problem. I can put U.S. plates on my truck. U.S. insurance, you have to pay for insurance, whatever Jeff Like is running or whatever Spectre is running. That's not a problem. The problem I've got is that it doesn't matter what the plates are or being a Canadian passport, I still have to go back and forth across the border every single load. And a lot of the U.S. carriers don't cover to cross the border, right? Spectre doesn't cross the border. As far as I know, I don't think Jeff Light crosses the border, or like Light Trucking crosses the border. So I don't know. So like I was on with Mercer Transportation out of Louisville. But it was very difficult to do that the way that they're set up. They're set up the same way Landstar is set up, right? They got their own load boards, they got their own brokers, they got their own da 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 da. Now I ran with them successfully, but unfortunately with them, if you're going to be successful, you need to be willing to be out for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a pop. And at the time when I was with them, I wasn't able to do that. I had commitments at home here that I was required to be home, almost weekly, and it didn't work, unfortunately. But I would like to maybe try that. To all my active drivers out there, remember it's battery killing season. Not sure why batteries die in the winter, but they sure do. You are correct. And Mr. Bees, thank you very much, because this season here, I am requiring 4 new batteries. The batteries on mine are now 3 years old. Now I'm not having any problems with them, but I've got 3-year-old batteries. Why wait for them? Why wait when you're gonna start your truck and go click 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 click? So I've got 3-year batteries. I'm still got a good charge. I've got no problems, but I'd rather pay up front. Let's get them changed, get new batteries in there. Better safe than sorry. Most of the time, I'll be honest with you, I don't get 3 years out of a set of batteries, so that's pretty good. One thing to get a G license with bad English skills. It's one thing to get any kind of license with bad English skills. The policy shrugged by the GVT test. Sheep working for the roads. Yes, Scott, you're right. Absolutely right. Many foreigners have asked me where shipping office is when the signs are everywhere. Oh, Shannon. Exactly. How do you get here? How do you get there? We have guys. I worked for a company. I'm one of the largest carriers at that time. It was one of the largest carriers in Canada. It was Transex, and Dekex and whatnot. Now Transex had their van division. It was mostly Indians. A lot of them are really good drivers. A lot of them are good guys, but a lot of them kind of went the cheap way to get their truck, and they couldn't go to, like, say, New York City. Now, Shannon, you know what it's like going across 95 through New York, around New York City, because I was on the phone with you that time. So you happen to know that all of those signs, all the exit signs, are almost pretty much right at the exits, and you've got only a couple of quick seconds to read that sign before you have to make the decision to jump off or stay on or whatever you want to do, or for your lane merges, or trucks that can only be in certain lanes and this and that. Now, if you don't speak English, how are you going to do on highways like that? You're not. You're not. It's baffling that we had guys that couldn't go anywhere, or they'd go somewhere and they're on the phone. Thank God for cell phones, but they'd be on the phone with somebody from their country, a friend, a brother, or whatever that speaks, and this guy's trying to talk him through wherever the fuck he's got to go. That's not uncommon either. Problem in the United States is they let foreigners in with work permits and such, and if they already have a CDL from their own country, they just let them run here. It's crazy. Ooh, go truck yourself. I don't think you can do that here. I don't think you could show up like. I think maybe if you came over from, say, Great Britain, you might be able to, but I don't think if you came over from, say, Germany or from Eastern Asia or anything like that with a CDL from one of those countries and you came into Canada, I don't think they'd honor it. I think that you would have to take the test. You may not have to go back to school, but you would have to take all of the tests, the written and the driving, and then you'd have to take the course, because there's a separate course for your air brake endorsement in Canada. Again, I'm not sure how it works in the U.S., but in Canada, you take your driving school, and then there's a separate course for your air brake endorsement. So you'd have to do that. But I don't think they'd allow you to just, okay, you've got a license from India. Yeah, come on in, no problems. You can drive on that until you get it transferred over. I'm pretty sure they don't allow that. You do not have to speak English to get a driver's license in the USA. There you go, Mr. Bees. I didn't know. Something like that. I'm speaking only from Canadian. I don't have a damn clue, man. Really, I don't. I can only say, hey. Ooh, hold on. There we go. Yeah, I'm just going to throw that in there quick. Anybody wants to just pop in quick and say hi, feel free to do so. If not, you know what? I'm going to go have a shower and probably go back to watching Blacklist. But truck drivers and trucking in our country right now, it's one of those areas that if you can get in it and you can get in at the right time and get out at the right time, you can really make some money, make some good money. I'm going to be honest with you. Trucking has done well for us, with the exception of me losing my goddamn eyesight. Trucking has done well for us. It's afforded us a pretty good life. You know, my wife and my kids have always been able to go on vacation a couple of times a year when they want to go on vacation and go to different places. Educations have always, you know, we've always had a decent home to live in, and it's been the trucking industry. You can do well. Am I a millionaire? Hell no, absolutely not. Have I made millions and everything? No, but has been trucking been able to put us in a comfortable place and you know, we're doing okay? Yeah. But on the other hand, I'll be honest with you, I know guys that have been in this business, they come in and after 5 years, they go out screaming, then they never go back. And I know guys that have been doing this as long as I have, if not longer, and they are the most miserable, nastiest, you know, resentful people on the planet of the earth because of this industry. This industry has chewed them up, and it will chew you up and spit you out and lay you out flat on your back and just keep banging you and knocking you. And it's one of those industries. You know, it's a business where you know, you're going to work. It's got a 70-hour work week. You're allowed to work 70 hours. And the companies these days that you work at, they want you to run all 70 hours. If you've got 70-hour logbook and you're available and you've got 70 hours to run, most companies, mine included, they want you to run out all your 70 hours. So no, you're going to work. But if you can get through all of that, get through the first couple of years and get on with a decent carrier, you can make some good money. Even as a company driver, I know company drivers that are making over $100,000 a year. They're making over $100,000 a year. Company drivers right now in Canada. You know, I don't know about you, but $100,000 a year is not a bad wage. You know, it's not scraping the bottom of the barrel. You're not rolling your couch cushions for change if you're making $100,000 a year. And if you are, you're doing something fucking wrong with your $100,000 a year. I'll tell you that. You like that, Scott? Drop the elephant right on. Yeah. I think that would probably shock me. Not a lot of things shock me these days, but you know what? You drop an elephant in the middle of the highway from a UFO, you'll raise my eyebrows will go up. So you're looking at about 3 more weeks before I can write. Yeah, truck yourself. I got at least. Okay, this I'll probably be good to go probably in the next less than a week. It's this one that was operated on last Thursday. This one here, they put a certain type of like a synthetic oil in it, and it takes it took 12 weeks for this one, for the bubble to dissipate. This one here was a gas bubble. So it went in last Thursday. They're saying it should take 3 weeks for that bubble to dissipate and come out. And I can already tell since last Thursday when the operation was until now, I don't have any vision, but I can start to see, like I was saying right at the beginning of this, I can start to see out the top of this. I can look, like when up there is a bookshelf, and if I look straight into the camera and sort of like use your peripheral looking up like that, I can see that, and it's clear. So I know I've got like a line up there. So the bubble is already starting to dissipate, which is good. That's what we want. And when the bubbles finally dissipate and they're gone, you got your eyesight. Ching. That's how it works. You even watched the series Suits on. Yeah, I've watched that, dude. That was one of the first ones. Truck yourself. One of the first ones I watched. Harvey Specter is my man. Donna is my hall pass. Actually, Jessica is my hall pass too, but Donna is my hall pass. Dar didn't watch Suits. If she's even watching, she probably fell asleep. She's not even watching this. But if she is, you know, right now she's Googling fucking Suits to see who Donna is. Donna is definitely my hall pass. I think that Robert from across the big pond has it the hardest. 1 minute you're on the right side of the road, next you're on the left. Not to mention the signs are in different languages. Yeah, Mr. Beast, you are right. He starts off in England, right? So he's his steering wheel is obviously on the other side. It's where our passenger side would be. So and then they're obviously driving on the other side of the road, right? We all know that, right? So he'll start in England, then he'll either get on the ferry or he'll go through the tunnel, right? Go over to France. So then he's still driving on I call it the wrong side, right? So we'll say he's driving on the wrong side, but he's on our side of the road, the same side of the road that we drive on, which must be very difficult because when we sit on the left side, like we do, right, and we're driving and you have to make a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn, like you can sit there and you can look, you're looking around the vehicle in front of you. But if you're on the passenger side, if you're on the right side of the vehicle, right, and you're going to make a left-hand turn, that must seem odd. That must seem really odd. So yeah, Robert goes from England to France, Germany, Amsterdam. I think he's pretty much all over the damn place. So yeah, you're probably in what, at least 3 or 4 different languages. I would imagine 3 or 4 different languages. Yeah. Mrs. Bees says, "Are you going up to the ice roads this year?" I'm gonna try, but I won't be taking my truck, Mr. B. I won't be taking my truck. If I go, it'll be driving either for another broker or I'll be driving a company truck. I won't be taking my truck up. I'm not going to take the gamble of bending or twisting or breaking something. So, LOL, Donna is hot. Yes, LOL, Donna is hot. I agree. Truck yourself. If you think I watched that show just for the stunning or the riveting drama and the attention to detail, no. What I really wanted to do was see Donna and Jessica get into a cat scrap. Both of them wearing a tight dress, the way their dresses. Never mind, that's more a fantasy. Anyway, you know what? I threw the link up. Nobody wants to say hi. That's all cool. Guys, I'm just going to shut her down here. I'm like I said, I'm going to go have a shower. For me, I don't even know what time it is here. What time is it here? It is 12:25 here. So I'm going to go grab a shower. And since I've got the whole house to myself and I don't have to wake up early tomorrow, I'm going to do Blacklist. So with that, I'm going to check this out. Actually, hold on. See what Scott's saying. Nice to see you. No, oops, sorry, Scott. Nice to see you, Brian. Really nice to see you. I wish you the best. It's late, so I got to go. All the best, you brother. Scott, I'm going to. Thanks for staying around, sticking around. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate all your support, guys. Thanks for everybody that's been throwing the hellos and the emails and everything. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. Mr. Bees, you're the best, man. Really appreciate you. I know what you have to worry about, snow blindness with your eyes. That's good. No, I will be picking out, I will be getting special sunglasses, special glasses for winter driving this year. I will not be messing around. So T21, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Guys, Mr. Bees, I'm out. You guys have a good one. I'll see if we can do this again later in the week. Maybe catch a night when nobody else is on. It's a slow night. We'll pop in and just do some more trash talking. Anyway, later, guys.